There you are. You're on the big screen.
I'm waiting to see it. Oh, there I am. That's a little too much me.
Yeah, I mean, considering that your camera is usually so much further back.
I am freshly shaved. I hadn't shaved in a couple of weeks, but I did shave just before this stream. Uh, Mostly because I was afraid of anything too hot getting stuck, in the hair,
Yeah, yeah. So do you want to explain what you're going to
So
be doing here and why you're all big on the screen right now?
right. So before we get to Doom, I guess we're going to go to hell in another way. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
So back around December, Sean Quinn, who I believe is in the chat, gave us like a holiday package with some very nice goodies in it,
Yeah,
and
extremely generous goodies in there.
one questionably nice goodie, and he's been waiting all year for us to
Well, yeah, well, I get technically all year, but 3 months.
to commit to this.
Yeah.
So included in that otherwise very friendly box was this the bomb sauce, which is apparently featured. I'm sorry, that's a little out of focus. I don't know if there's any, if I can really. It'd be too difficult to focus too much more right here, but yeah. So this is. Can I focus a little more?
Oh, I don't know about that. There we go. That works.
Oh.
your zoom.
The focus zoom. I'm using my camera that I actually use for shooting here. So anyway, that box should go away after a minute or two, I guess. So anyway, I guess this is often used on that Hot Wings interview show,
or like Hot Ones or whatever.
Yeah. And so I guess the main thing in this.
Well, now your camera has like that reticle on it. It has like the autofocus like reticle type thing on it.
It'll go away. That'll go away.
Got it.
I mean, I couldn't find a setting on my camera where that stuff was just totally gone, but it goes away after like a minute or two.
Okay.
So I guess it says we start with hot habanero peppers and blend them with smoky chipotle peppers and natural pepper extract to create a sauce that was lab tested at 135,600 Scoville units. So I don't know much about the Scoville scale. I tried like several years ago. A friend came over just before carpooling to MagFest and brought some hot peppers or hot bottles of supposedly very hot sauce. And I put just a dab of it on some pizza we got. We actually didn't get wings. I actually do have some pizza. I'm sorry that it's just Domino's. We tried to expand my horizons, but we were struggling to find local places that were open at this time on a Sunday and also available for anything.
Yeah.
But we did get some wings. And we're going to be very
well, people were saying when we first mentioned it to just put it on a toothpick, but you don't have a toothpick, so you're.
I don't have any toothpicks, so I'm going to pour a little of it in this bowl, and I'm just going to just take just a dot out with a spoon and just put it on it. So,
I wonder how this company does. I mean, I feel like one bottle of that's will last. Every person who buys it's gonna last their lifetime.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'll probably do it at a later time because I want to see how Try does with it for one thing. But I mean, I watched all the reactions on the Hot Ones show, and I've been too scared ever since.
It says consume one drop at a time with extreme caution. So I'm going by the rules on the bottle. And I opened it before. I think it smells fine. I think it smells fine.
Sean Quinn's saying you gotta get some on there or you won't feel it. You gotta feel a little bit of that heat.
Well, we'll start conservatively. I mean, I shook it earlier. You know, I do like spicy food in general, so we'll see. We're just gonna start easy. Here's just dab on that spoon. Can you even see it on the camera?
I feel like I should have talked to somebody about being on the stream with me as well, unless in case you can't handle it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I just put a little bit on there. I can see exactly where it is. And
Sean's saying you can't even see it.
Well,
you can't wait.
It was there. It was there. I mean, okay. we're starting conservatively here, right?
Yeah. Well, the first one's supposed to be like what kicks your butt, right?
Well, yeah. So I don't know. I'm easing into it, and I do have milk ready. So
yeah.
Yes, Sandy.
don't get it close to your eyes.
Yeah, I know.
Adam Lloyd, the hot sauce is called Da Bomb. I mean, if you rubbed your eye with it, like just a little bit of it, could it blind you? Or just hurt really bad for a long time?
It's definitely pretty spicy. Like you can taste it that amount. I'm still pretty comfortable, but it is spicy.
We got a $2 donation from Mitch B saying F to pay respects to try his mouth.
I feel pretty good. I don't know if I necessarily even need a milk out of my Red Robin glass just yet. Well, I might take one sip.
You're supposed to like let it simmer for a little bit.
Yeah, I was able to handle that.
We got a $2 donation from Aaron Welsh saying, "Do you have enough TP for this?"
Well, I mentioned a couple streams ago, didn't I, that I joined the bidet revolution. But you know, when they do that show, they probably like put like a ton of this sauce on.
Yeah. Oh, you're putting a little. You're doing more.
I'm going to do just a little more, not a lot more. Just a little more. You can see it a little better there, probably. Yeah. There's a good globule there.
There's a huge thing under. What's that thing under the CRT behind you? So it's like a switcher, right?
Yeah, it's like an old like video switcher. I mean, I don't know. Like, these are mild wings. Well, just a dab out. Just a dab out. It tastes pretty good, I think. Ooh.
You starting to feel a little bit now?
It's not too terribly intense. You know, what was worse was the curry that I had at that maid cafe in Japan that we went to with Jimmy Hoppa. That was pretty spicy, and that was only 5 out of 10. Probably the reason it was so spicy, though, was because I just like dug in, not expecting it to be so spicy. Okay. Feeling good so far.
Yeah, you sweating it all? I mean, your head's looking a little shiny.
Yeah, maybe a little. I'm going up it a little bit more each time. I'm feeling confident. Feeling confident. You know, one of the sauces that I eat at one of my favorite here. Say one more here. One more. One of the sauces that I eat at one of my favorite Mexican places is, it's their hottest sauce and it's habanero. Normally though, I mix it with like their medium sauce.
Sean Quinn saying you should dip it in.
I'm working up to that. I might be working up to that.
Aaron Welsh saying this is the one. That's a good amount. This is the one that'll get you. It makes you wonder though if on hot ones do they have like the entire wing is completely.
See, that's what I think. That's what I think.
Did you shake the bottle?
I did.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, these are pretty good wings.
Donation. I gotta log in the Streamlabs because I realized I don't have the ticker up on there. I apologize.
Whew.
And is that getting you now?
That is getting the tip of my tongue now. Woo! Woo!
It sound like.
Woo!
Woo! Ah! Hang on, I'm just need to log in the Streamlabs here because.
Okay. Now see, there's a good bit in there. I'm going to go for a dip. Yeah, I'm going to go for a dip, Sandy. Okay. Not much. I'm going to go for a conservative dip. Whew. Wasn't as conservative as I meant to be. There's a good bit of stuff on there now.
You're doing another one. We got a $1 donation from Reers. Thank you. Says I just got home from work. I normally watch these streams. My job in the Kroger gas station, but we close at 9 now. Feel safe there, but I'm still surprised I'm listed as emergency worker and sorry, it's really small in here. And even got the paperwork to drive in lockdowns.
Whew.
Thank you. I guess for like gas stations, it makes sense. It makes sense that that would have to be emergency because in case people need to get someplace and are somehow on empty. I filled up both of our gas tanks like when this stuff started to really escalate a little bit.
Ooh. A bit got in the back of my throat now.
We got a $2 donation from Aaron Welsh saying, "Does Sandy know first aid?" Oh, I don't know if I do Gatorade. I do.
You know that's bad?
Like water-ish stuff is like usually bad for that.
Is it really?
Yeah. But give it a shot. Chuck would say, "There you go. Now it's getting real."
Gatorade's bad. Well, I'm just gonna take a sip of it.
It's got
electrolytes.
Get some more milk. It's got what hot sauce craves.
We got
$5 donation.
Though. There's not any of the like the 2-parter wings in there. Like I don't really know what part of the chicken. What part of the chicken it is. We
got a $5 donation from Jonathan G saying, "What?
You're gonna get some more milk?"
Saying I would totally watch a midweek Animal Crossing stream. Just saying. And I did not get Animal Crossing. You got it. I passed on it this time. At least for the time being. Just because when it comes to like time sync games, Phantasy Star Online 2 is exactly filling that gap for me. You should just bring the whole gallon over. Just bring it over because you're gonna need it. We got a $5 donation from Saucer RR. Thank you. It says it should make this a game. 1 dip per completed level, 2 per death. But I'm gonna be playing actually. Like he's just if he was playing, it'd be something else. Whoa. We got 20 I assume Brazilian reals from Julio Cesar. Thank you. Saying only eat with like those two faces.
I'm gonna try. Maybe I'm not going.
You want to try something more?
I was gonna say I was gonna try a little bite pizza with it. Whew.
I'm surprised you want to like keep on eating right now.
I'm going to dip just the tip of my pizza.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. I mean, the flavor is good. The flavor is good. My lips are hot right now. It makes me, makes you slightly lightheaded. Mmm. These are good wings.
Everyone says it's like Walter Casas said my life in diarrhea. Tomorrow morning is gonna be fun from Tyler Durden.
I got blade up, baby. I didn't even need to hoard because I got a little bit. I'm gonna tip a bit of the tip of my bread in it. Say you don't want me to play with your toys right now. I've got hot stuff. That might be a little more than I meant to put on the
a little bit more than you meant. Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed.
Yeah,
I have to like it's making me less scared. But I mean, you might have a much higher tolerance.
Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm.
See, I knew you'd need more milk. That's why I just bring the whole carton over.
Oh yeah. Mm. Mm. Whew. Ah. Ah.
Let me know when the entire like collar of your shirt is soaked in sweat. Just in the background. Woo.
Woo. Ah.
Yeah, see, you're just gonna drink out of the gallon.
Well, I think there's only enough in it for another glass. Woo!
That's is it continuing to escalate?
A little. But too much on the end of that. Ugh. I'm just going to eat a plain wing.
Okay.
See how I feel about that.
I mean, I feel like at this point, you probably can't taste anything. Like nothing has any taste anymore.
Is that really true? I mean, I can taste this wing. I can taste it. Hey, I mean, it's good flavor. I don't get wings from. I should get wings from Domino more often.
He's starting to feel euphoric now. He's just like, it's like, am I dead? Am I dead right now?
Whew.
You're going into the hallucination phase, I guess. No.
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
I got ranch.
You're gonna lick the rest of it outside of that out of the cup that you poured it in. We got a $2 donation from Lucas Pruzovich. He says, "This is the real game here." And $2 from Colin Barron saying, "Try and need some wine to wash it down."
Not that I have wine, but does that work?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Ooh. So what I'm going to do...
You're going to eat the ranch with a spoon?
I'm going to take a... You know... Maybe not. Well... I'm going to stir this into the ranch.
Got 20 more reals from Julio Cesar saying, "You have an anaconda. You have an anaconda in your stomach."
I got a bunch of ranch mixed with this stuff on my fingers.
I can't believe you're going. I feel like I apologize for missing the.
Okay.
We got a
mixed in with my ranch.
We had a $10 a $10 donation from Saving the Project, who says, "I just want to say good luck. We're all counting on you." That was from a few minutes ago. I apologize. I realize I don't have the ticker up on the screen. I might be able to add it though. Let me see.
That wasn't bad. Maybe I should mix a little bit more into the ranch. I barely taste it.
There we go. That'll make you better track of it. Oh, the best way to put it is it's not easy to see. We got a $2 donation from Killpain8787. Saying, "Is this a mukbang live stream this week?" I'm not sure what a mukbang is.
Okay. Last wing here. I'm going to dip it in. I'm just because I'm cooling off. Cooling off. So I'm going to dip it in the container again. Then I'm going to dip it in the ranch. So I'll have a little bit on before it goes in. There's not a lot left in the container. I put a pretty good bit on the tip there.
What is mukbanging? I don't know. Is that like a? I
don't
know if that's like a. Oh, it means like it's an eating show. No, this is just when people stuff their face on camera. No, I assume this is going to be a one-time only thing, but it's just maybe that's what we need to do. It should be like you have to eat a wing with that and be like burn it up and like beat the like the last level of Ninja Gaiden.
You have to be a wing every time you get a game over.
Yeah.
Woo!
So I'm gonna be playing. Should I switch over and start playing here? It's not Doom Eternal because I have not played through the original or the 2016 Doom. So I thought it'd be fun to play. Is it okay if I put him in? If I put Try into his little window again? Let me get.
A lot of people would be more than okay with that. Ooh. Ah. Whew. Ah.
Oh, I got it. I can't really readjust
up
you
on
here.
Me now. Whew. I'll get the last of this milk jug here.
It's like, geez.
Ah. Ooh. Ooh. Ugh. Hey, Sandy. Ooh. Yeah, you probably don't want to smell that too much.
All right, so
that's hot.
Does everybody recommend I just go straight for Hurt Me Plenty, or should I go I'm Too Young to Die?
Whew. Well, you get going on that. I'm going to clean up a little bit.
Hurt Me Plenty, okay.
Ugh. Mm. Whew.
I mean, I'm definitely less scared now. I only played the demo. I played a portion of the first level, and that is it.
But you will be worse. Rip and tear until it is done.
Man, like, as I'm walking around, like, the air feels so cool and refreshing on my head.
Oh, we got a $5 donation from Colin Barron's thing. I just want to update you guys on the soundbar from last week. Works great. Final Fantasy 11 never sounded so great or so good. Sorry, it's been.
I like hearing Final Fantasy 11 sound good. Also, he said 9, not 11.
Yeah, you're right.
I like hearing both of those sound good, you know?
All right, stick, okay.
I'll put that back in my fridge. Maybe I can remember that time.
Is it getting worse?
No! No. But I feel like there's like in terms of the heat, I feel fine, but I feel like there's like sort of like I feel like a loopiness. If that makes sense.
Well, there's a demonic invasion in progress right now. In your bowels.
Cannot determine the cause of the demonic invasion until the Resop satellite is brought back online.
I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of the system. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that benefits us both.
Let's see if there's some subtitles. There it is. we got a $5 donation from Ben Brody, who says, 20 million, but anytime you drink alcohol, you have to live stream it on YouTube. Well, for me, that was like that. I mean, I would not have a problem with that. I mean, considering
Yeah, that'd be easy for me too.
Did I not go out that way? Or is that where I came from? All right, I guess. Yeah. Oh. Oh yeah.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
I love that you don't have to worry about reloading in this.
All right, I'm gonna put the rest of the pizza in the fridge. Woo!
This, you'll hear you yelling from the other side of the room every once in a while. Woo!
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
Whoa.
Woo!
So if you melee them when they're even kind of far away from you, you'll just like warp to them essentially.
Ugh.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
Woo!
It seems like it's getting worse.
No, no, it's like I don't know how to describe it. Woo!
Demonic presence at unsafe
I
levels.
don't know how to describe it. I feel okay. Like the burning on like my lips and throat is very short lived. It's basically, I mean, you know, I feel it still burning around my lips a little bit.
Demonic
Ah.
presence lockdown disengaged.
Oh, cool. Well, that's cool.
Oh, I need to move my microphone. That's better. Ah.
The subtitles for the VOD should just be "Woo."
Willing to take full
Sandy does get worried when I cough.
of the last 24 hours, but you must understand. Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. It's clearly gotten out of hand now.
I'm in my downstairs room. It's just a different angle. I'm using my camera that I use for work. Just because I wanted to have something a little nicer resolution for Sean Quinn's generous request.
So am I on Mars? Yeah, must be
I
right.
think so. I don't think there's any continuity with the other games.
No, it's just kind of a reimagining, I assume. Of it.
Yeah. I played this first area when I was recording footage for the 4K episode, but I have not played through the game either. But like from the very little I played, it's awesome.
It's really fast.
It's fast. It just feels good.
Yeah. I mean, I like that you don't have to worry about reloading at all.
You can make a sound pack for a Mario 60 mod with try sound effects. Woohoo! No, I feel good though. I feel good though, you know. At some point tomorrow, you know, I'll get back to you about how it goes on the other end.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be the worst part.
We'll see. I did survive the bomb. And you know, I was somewhat conservative with it, but I upped my game over the course of it, and I ate all the wings.
Oh.
So I'd say I didn't wuss out too bad. I feel I put a reasonable amount on them.
I see a donation there. Another
We got
20.
Julio Cesar with 20 reals.
Oh, going crazy tonight.
Saying, what did you think of the new Xbox Series X? Will you buy it as soon as it launches, or will you wait a bit longer? I mean, I'm inclined to get both PS5 and Series X when they launch.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, I think that's just like our situation at this point.
Yeah. And certainly, like, if we, like, depending on what our situation's like at the time, like, maybe we could even try, like, a backwards compatibility episode about
the
Series X, like, as soon as possible. So yeah, I want to get both. I mean, it's really interesting, the memory card situation. You know, I saw some people. You know, I clicked on the Eurogamer post that they posted. You know, Xbox One X will use proprietary custom storage, and like my first reaction to that was like, oh, thank goodness! Like, there will actually be a way to use more storage than it comes with. Because the fact that these are using SSDs integrated very carefully with, you know, the motherboard, like in a way that is going to ensure a level of performance beyond what you can reasonably count on with a PC drive. I was like, I'm just glad that there's a way to expand it at all. And of course, there were lots of comments like, oh no, it's Vita all over again. And I do not see that same thing here at all. The Vita proprietary cards offered no benefit. They were overpriced and offered no benefit over existing storage methods. And now it's a huge problem because they're profoundly unreliable. I don't think that's the case we're going to see here. And I mean, people have to understand, you would not be able to play games off of external storage without, you know, memory management being a huge issue or just not working at all. But then, like with the PS4, it's going to allow you to use M2 cards, but none that currently exist are actually up to snuff. Like, none, like, they think by the end of the year there might be some that will be good enough to work on the PS5. But like, that just goes to show like how, like, they aren't just bringing SSDs to consoles for the first time. They're like really going all in.
Yeah. Well, they have.
Like they're we're basically going from, you know, you can put an SSD in a PS4, but it doesn't do much. You know. It might help with a few small things, but doesn't do a lot in the grand scheme of things, all the way to, now they're putting like the way they're integrating it is like better than what you can do with a PC right now. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I saw another donation from Paul Sutton.
Oh, Sandy, get out of the way. Let me scroll up.
I see Paul mention PSO when he first showed up. He was like, I just came from PSO, and what the heck is going on in here? I haven't seen you on PSO like any of the times I've been playing, I don't think. But then again, I haven't been looking too much as I get on. I've been logging in like every night.
$4.99 from Paul Sutton saying $5 or almost $5. But Troy has to say, it's a like me, like a Mario, like. Have to pepper some likes in it. I feel good though. I feel good. Like a maybe a mild dissettlement in my stomach, but I've also kind of felt mildly unsettled since lunch. So maybe it's nothing related to the sauce.
I wonder if there's any sort of map in this, or if it's even needed.
Oh, we got $4.99 from Sean Quinn. Thank you, sir. Saying, did you see the speed of the PS5 SSD versus the Xbox Series X is twice as fast? Strange that Microsoft couldn't get close to that. Yeah, it is strange because, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the Microsoft option is still extremely fast. I think it's even more than 2 times faster. As far from what I understand, but yeah, I don't know if that was a design oversight or if there's a reason for that. It'll be interesting. I mean, I think, it's also going to be interesting because, like, are we going to reach a point where multi-platform games with PC are going to like start requiring SSDs? I think there might only be like a small handful of examples in the PC space of games that require SSD, but these are going to be like faster than like SATA SSDs. So I wonder if that's going to hamstring what they can do on the console front in some regards, or if even the differences between PS5 and Xbox Series X is going to affect anything. But like I do think like PS5 exclusives, I mean, at the end of the day, regardless of specs, I think PS5 exclusives are going to look very similar to
Yeah.
I've been saying like the first thing that Naughty Dog builds from the ground up for the PS5 is probably going to look better than anything on Xbox Series X, just because Naughty Dog, like at this point, like there is so much power available for graphics that it all comes down to how much talent do you have, how much time do you have, how many resources do you have. Like you can make a game look really darn good, Sandy,
Yeah.
I think she needs to go out.
So you just gotta be like doing a lot of melee to make sure you don't die. There's no health pickups. Well, that's cool. That's cool. So as long as you just make sure to do a lot of those, it should be okay. I'm sure it gets pretty intense though. Are you invincible when you do them, I wonder? It seems like you are.
Ah, a little heat sneaking back up in my throat.
We're feeling that's gonna be happening all night.
Huh?
I have a feeling that's gonna be happening all night. But you know, there's probably not a lot of people that can say that they have done that, that they've ever had that, too.
Yeah. I did it.
If the game audio is too loud, let me know. I can always turn it down if need be. I feel like I always have low ammo.
Really though, in terms of flavor though, I thought it was a, you know, good addition to some mild wings.
Do you plan on telling other people they should have it? And letting them try it?
I mean, I could see saving it for, you know, maybe backloggery marathon at some point in the future.
You guys haven't done one of those in a long time, actually, though.
No, we haven't. Seriously though, I wonder if that's how Domino's wings always are. Like they were just like the drumsticks.
Oh,
Those
yeah?
are the ones I like.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Like there were
They're
there were
they're
8
easiest to eat.
drumsticks. Like that never happened.
Oh, I guess that's not the way I go. Oh, I can go through here, okay.
You really got a good grip on it, Sandy.
Does it have built-in checkpoints?
Welcome to the UAC. Now 221 accident.
Oh, I'm sure it has checkpoints. James Stoss says now we know what Try would be like if he smoked some pot. There was like a weird too. Well, Joshua Helmicke, you can watch the archives. You can watch the archives tomorrow. You know, just go to the publicly listed playlists.
Yep.
Sandy has really got.
Which is
It's
interesting.
totally good.
I was looking at the analytics recently, and a lot of people must see the playlist now. A lot of people must watch it because it's our most viewed playlist.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Sandy.
Hello, I am Vega.
I hope that's wearing you out.
To Mars. After running diagnostics on the Praetor suit, it appears that I can activate optional challenges that, when completed, will assist in upgrading your arsenal at an accelerated pace. I have added a tracking component to your dossier.
Whew.
Main power offline. All entrances not operational.
How long?
Now
for
that
people
enough
that have
time
played
has
through this,
passed,
how
I'm
many-
gonna take a sip of the Gatorade, see if like it causes anything to come back, so I can understand what people are saying. Oh, Gatorade's bad. The only reason I picked the Gatorade was because I felt like I didn't want something carbonated.
Yeah.
I thought it might make me sort of feel a little kind of ugh.
Not operational.
I have a triple bypassed Nomad and that is it. Done by Mobius Strip Tech.
And what will be your final moments in this world?
Oh, jeez.
For the Lewis, human sacrifices. The helpful.
I do have the most recent triple bypass board, but I don't have it installed in anything yet. I'm also going to get the newest version of the Firebrand X stuff in my in my main devices.
Oh, there we go.
Sandy, do you need to go poop?
She
just peed before, but I have a feeling she needs.
We got a $2 donation from Dustin Kramer saying, "Just join the chat. Y'all quarantining or what?" Yeah, I mean we. Just speaking for myself, I've been we've been very, very by the rules here in the Carlson household.
Yeah, I mean I have not. You know, for like what, like all half. I went and got some curbside carry out. You know, because that was all that was allowed at the time. From one of my favorite local chains.
Right.
You know, just because I want them to still be around when this is all over.
Right.
And just got pizza delivered just now. So aside from that, that's people consider that to be by the rules still at this point, to get carried out. Otherwise, I've just eaten here. I haven't gone anywhere. I went to the pharmacy. I had to pick up a prescription. Otherwise, I haven't. And I got gas on my way back from the pharmacy. I mean, Drum and Lynn have still been coming over for.
I mean, obviously their trip is canceled.
Movie night, but.
Are they seeing anybody else?
I mean, I don't. I imagine they're being pretty good. Oh gosh, Sean Quinn, that is not happening. I know about Rocky Mountain oysters because my dad's got a story about them.
Oh. What about? Are they spicy or what?
No, they're bull testicles.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, my dad's stepmom, I guess, at times was very fond of having, so-called delicacies at family gatherings. I think Say needs to poop.
All right.
Raining. Grab your quit.
My sisters and brothers be thankful. You will have a seat along as I will. The world they create for us. Starting now.
But yeah, it's definitely tough to quarantine with young kids. But everyone, I mean, we've been pretty good with it so far. I think the hardest part is just figuring out their schooling, and that's it takes a lot more of it. It's a lot more effort and patience than I normally have for that kind of thing. I mean, I have a lot of respect for people that commit to the homeschooling thing, but that's just nothing I ever would have had interest in doing. And even forced into it, I would not do it normally. I mean, I don't have much of a choice now. So.
Yeah, you want a pork treat?
Oh. Whoa. Yeah, another 20 Brazilian reals from Julio Cesar. Thank you. Jeez. He went to get more food. Not this time, I don't think. Oh, I can upgrade. Oh.
I'll move the table out. Oh, maybe. Woo! So I feel when I stand up, it kind of comes back a little bit, you know? You want to chase the boar, Sandy?
Like
Chase the boar? Ready?
Demonic presence cannot save low. Lockdown imminent.
Oh, shoot, I was hitting there. I was hitting Y for some unknown reason, even though I've been hitting the right one. I was like, used to doing melees another way. The Halo way.
So, you know, to be honest, I don't know that much about Doom Eternal. Do you know much about it?
I really haven't been following it that much either because I haven't played this yet.
Right, like I've kind of been under the impression that the level design is perhaps even more like old school Doom, but I don't. It's not really based on having seen terribly much about it. Sandy, you should drop your toys closer to me. Come on. Come on. She's just kind of revved up after all that, I guess.
Can you blame her?
Yeah.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Alright. So, I mean, how many hours long is this game based on what people have found? I'm wondering.
I saw someone asking where to get PlayStation 1 and Saturn optical drive replacements. That's nothing I really know about in terms of like what's reliable. I've never heard anyone talk about Saturn replacement drives. Is that something you can get?
Oh, replacement just drives?
Yeah, like I assume actual optical.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hotori Hanzo the second in the chat says 12 to 14. Let me check the old how long to beat.
That's pretty crazy, actually. I mean, it seems like extremely long for a game like this. It seems, you know what I mean? So quick
Mhm.
moving.
Yeah, that looks about right based on what I see on How Long to Beat.
Access denied. Yellow security clearance required.
I mean, although there are much faster times, but
Yeah.
speaking of the Xbox One, has anyone in the chat played
Recore.
yeah, has anyone played Recore? Because like to me, it's a very interesting game. It's made by a lot of the same people that worked on Metroid Prime. You can really see a lot of the DNA there. It's nowhere near as good as Metroid Prime, but it's kind of got a little bit of I don't know. There's something charming to me about a game that feels very behind the times, I guess. Like it really does not seem to care about being like a modern to date game. But what's kind of annoyed me about it was I got to this point where I have to go to like several dungeons. I think it might be actually additional content for the definitive edition, but as far as I can tell, I believe I have to do it to move on, I think. But like I've reached this point where I have to go into like several dungeons, and they're all like at least like 4 levels above what I am. Like the requirement for the dungeon is like level 20, and I'm like level 16. And like I just don't know. I find like an easy way to like grind up quickly.
Mm-hmm.
If I could, I would continue it, but right now I'm just not feeling really enthused about it. Yeah, it's a bit like a PS2 game. Like the thing that keeps running through my head, which will probably be something that I'll probably say directly in the script. You know, if I do like if I end up including it on my games we played in 2020 video, like it feels like the kind of game that like if it was released on the PS2, GameCube, or original Xbox, like it would either be like a beloved classic or like one of those like really sought after hidden gems. But like on the Xbox One, it's really not what people are looking for.
Right.
But like it very much feels like a PS2 GameCube tier, you know, kind of game. Which I don't know. I guess it's also charming because you don't see a lot of games like it these days. You know, like in terms of, you know, I don't think it's necessarily a kid's game, but it's like a T-rated game, and it's like this mid-budget sort of game, like this fully 3D world that's like not like a big budget polished thing. Like I don't know, it's a tier of game that I miss in some ways. Like sometimes you just want to play a game that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something about that. It reminds me of the days, I guess. You know?
Yeah.
Like there was nothing better than, you know, getting a $5 weekend rental with a game that it's not great, but it's interesting. Yeah, sorry if I missed anyone saying it in the chat room, but like, does anyone know of an easy way to grind up in in Recore. Right now, I'm like so into Animal Crossing that like I don't even know. Back to you brought your sloth. Thank you. Sandy brought her sloth.
Yeah, I mean, like just Animal Crossing in general. Like I thought about it. I thought about whether it's something I wanted to devote time to, and I was like, I'm okay getting every other or every third or every
I know what you
second
mean. I
generation
mean,
or
I've
something.
certain thoughts like that too, but I've ended up getting every one. You know,
I
other
mean, I
than
would probably
like
get it for if it was like cheaper at some point. But like I said,
Yeah, I mean-
like Phantasy Star Online 2 is
oh yeah,
still that
I get you. I mean, and to be honest, like I did not expect to be like as into it as I kind of am right now. Like I've always liked Animal
Come on.
Crossing, and I've
Get outta
always, you
here.
know, at least played each of them until, you know, I had like the best house fully paid off, right? But you know, this one, like just right off the bat, I'm like, oh, I know you better bring your slot. Go get it. Well, like just right off the bat, like I'm so hooked in a way that I really didn't expect to be.
I mean, what is it about it that is hooking you more so than previous? Because, you know, like I've heard people like very anxious to like get to like unlock things by like time traveling and stuff like that, and it's just
Right. See, I haven't done any of that.
yeah.
and,
I,
like,
mean, I prefer to play it as it was meant to be played.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Yeah. I mean,
But, I
I've
mean,
been,
none of the games
Right.
ever have a ton to do on the first day. I mean, how did you have like what is it about
well,
it that
on
gives
the
you so much?
first day, I mean, you gotta keep in mind, I really only had like evening to play it, you know. So, but then when
Yeah.
the second day was prepped, you know, there was more to do, not necessarily a ton, but I visited, you know, several people's islands, several people visited me. I just kind of ended up finding a lot to do, even though like I wasn't able to do like museum donations because like you have to donate a certain number and then the museum is approved for opening and like you can't donate anymore after that, which was kind of frustrating. And what frustrated me today was I didn't realize that the museum was actually being built today, so I wasn't able to donate anything. So there was I didn't play all that much today, but yesterday, like I had no intention of this being the case, but I just like literally played all day. Like, it was all I did. I just couldn't stop. Ooh. Dominic Rinaldi has a $5 donation. Thank you. Saying, what is the most interesting OK N64 game I should try that isn't mainstream per se? That is a great question. I see Rocket Robot on Wheels being suggested, Buck Bumble being suggested, Barman Second Attack. Yeah, that one's expensive though. Let me think. I mean, I mean, definitely, in my opinion, probably like the best, like in this community, I would say people probably think of the Goemon games, Mystical Ninja, and then Goemon's Great Adventure. They probably think of those often, but probably the mainstream does not. I would definitely say Mystical Ninja starring Goemon is kind of probably the best N64 game that's just outside the common list of favorites. Beetle Adventure Racing. Oh, so good. So good. Probably my favorite almost definitely my favorite racing game ever that uses real cars. I really like. I'm sure that it seems kind of clunky and dated in this day and age, especially because it was clunky back then. But I really like Body Harvest. Like the scale of that world was really impressive at the time, and the sheer number of vehicles you could drive. It's got a little Grand Theft Auto DNA in it. There was a $2 donation from Colin Barons saying the constant reward of Nook Miles is like crack. It really is, and that is. What
did they do?
Well, so Nook Miles is like another currency that you can get, and you earn them by doing like you've got this huge like kind of achievement list, and you're just like clearing it off constantly. But there's also like at the top, there's like 5 sort of not necessarily challenges, but like things to do, like do this thing. Okay. And you get some Nook Miles, and then it replaces the one that you got with another one. And they kind of those 5 kind of repeat. The others are unique, but those repeat. And it definitely is very like it's kind of, they're definitely using some mobile game strategies there, in the sense of, you know, just I love the part in Analog Frontiers where Jeremy Parrish is talking about like how, you know, the reward of old games is kind of like that feeling of accomplishment in the game itself, rather, where as opposed to mobile games that are, you know, constantly throwing things at you and saying, "Wow, you're so amazing, you thing," and now you've got a prize. You know, it is very much like that, where it's like,
just so you know, there's another donation that's gonna, looks like it's through
PayPal,
okay. Just so you might want to pause the stream so you can read it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very much like that, where it's like rewarding you for like thing, but it like, hey, I ain't going to deny. It does work, and it's like it's not obnoxious either, because there's no microtransaction associated with it. They're taking aspects of mobile games that do work, but not like saddling it with all the baggage of it, you know? So it does work. It just like it kind of gives you this constant like, you know, if you're ever like, oh, what I feel like doing in the game, like the game is always like kind of nudging you like, oh, you could do this, you know? So it's good. I like it. That donation was from Jonathan Henson.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, saying my wife let my son and I hook up every console we own to an LCD and CRT in the living room while quarantined. I really love my
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to come up with something to do, right?
Yeah. Right, go in here.
Welcome to the UAC's Mars installation.
Going in here? Yes. Okay, well, now how do I get in there?
Thank you for your service.
I mean, it's been all right here so far. I mean, it's just it's difficult keeping kids completely, you know, busy with stuff. And we've been like taking walks and stuff to going down to like the park, and it's been kind of it's been cool. I don't know. I mean, they're saying now like school just got pushed back until till April sometime. So it's later and later and later.
Yeah.
As a valued employee, your loyalty is more than just a commitment to the UAC. It's a commitment to the future of mankind. Thank you for your service.
I mean, a lot of people seem to think that people are not going to be going back to school at all this year. Which I
mean,
guess
it would
like
be
if
a pretty
if
hard routine to ramp back up into for just such a short time.
Exactly.
Unless they're going to get rid of the summer.
Oh, I like
unless
this.
they're going to get rid of the break.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's like April and they get out in May, like it's like what's even the point at that by then?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I always felt that way about like Thanksgiving break and then Christmas break. It was like
Well,
I just
mean,
like
that's-
could not
that-
get my head back into it in December.
I mean, you really just go back to do tests.
Yeah, I guess.
At least that's.
I mean, really, maybe that's when the break should be. I mean, I'm assuming that the reason that summer break is because of back in the day when you didn't have air conditioning. It would have just been too hot at school. Or maybe it had something to do with I don't know much about you know farm work and what time of year the kids are needed on the farm or whatever, but I'm sure that all that stuff probably contributes to the reasons for why you know summer is the break, but it almost makes more sense to just have like November and December and start the school year on the year. But hey, it's not my problem at this point.
Jonathan G was saying, how are your YouTube metrics in the last week? Time to crank out the next doc series video. I mean, I'm not sure if it's just like
we have a start on Analog Frontiers Part 2, but it's still going to be a bit away. We're going to try release you know some content between now and then. You know, some minis. You know, first party controllers Part 2. We kind of decided that we're like, especially during this time where people are going to be home a lot, you know, and just looking for something to watch.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna be afraid to like release 2 consecutive minis.
Yeah, I mean, our next one,
that's what
we're
we
shooting the
want to
analog
do.
DAC mini this week, and hopefully have it out. Like you will have seen it by this time next week.
We'll see. But
Really? No, I think I mean, if we shoot it this week, it should be absolutely no problem to do it, especially since it'll be much easier. I mean, you just need to shoot it early this week. But I mean, I fully intend for everyone to have seen the DAC episode by this time. Next week.
We should be able to make that happen. Longer to put together the other.
Yeah, that should not be a problem at all. But I mean, I think that during this time, like, I think it's just important to do more, just more in general. So I'm gonna start doing video logs more this week, and I was really struck by what Chris from Classic Gaming Quarterly sent out to his patrons, where he's just like gonna be shooting stuff or like just making everything that is like viewed as like it was previously like exclusive like the Patreon, like he doesn't. He's just gonna make everything available to everybody. And you know, like it's a difficult time for everybody, and I feel that like if anybody is supporting Patreon, like it's like they should not hesitate to like not support right now, especially with everything that's going on, because it's like everyone has their own everyone has their own stuff to deal with right now.
Yeah.
What does berserk mean? Oh wow. So how did this happen?
What, you got in berserk mode?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a scripted thing for the first time.
I don't know. I just died 2 times on this part.
But I think you could have pressed the select button to
do it previously.
Well, no. There was, I think it said like. I think maybe you could have seen it explained or something.
I see.
I was telling Coury this week that someone on the Backloggery streams was calling the start button on the Xbox One the hamburger, the 3 lines. That's my new name for it officially.
Yeah, it's a good name. I mean, I'm definitely gonna adopt that as well.
The hamburger. It really was so dumb that they changed that from. I mean, forward and back on the 360 were not bad. At least the arrow made it like.
Yeah.
Pretty understandable what it was. But I guess we're never gonna have start and select again, are we?
Not on this system. Well, probably not actually. Gotta be plus
because
and
Nintendo is pretty firmly plus and
options.
minus at this point, which is fine. I don't mind plus and minus. Options is not great, but.
But is there like other things that people would like to see us do minis on? Because I have no problem doing more of those, especially during this time.
I mean,
and not only that, but it's just like
Trials of Mana.
As I said with with the kids home all the time, like it can be difficult to like get as much done every day as I have, and doing minis like makes it a little bit more manageable, I think. Just in general. I mean, that doesn't mean that like fuller episodes are gonna stop during this time either. It's just that it's easier for me to do some of those more often in between. I mean, I was really taken by the Trials of Mana demo this week, and I think that we're committing to doing a mini on that is just going to be a kind of a like we're gonna do more like game focused episodes or minis as well. See, I think that'd be kind of fun.
Colin Barron's just donated $2 saying you could do minis on favorite games per console, and that is very much what you're saying. Like just game episodes in general. I think we should not be afraid to do those on minis. But just like, hey, we're playing this game right now, and like if you were playing Animal Crossing, for example, why not just do something about Animal Crossing?
And we just talk about all the stuff that we like about it.
But
I mean, I think that
since we're both definitely going to play Trials of Mana, like right away, that's a perfect thing for us to play and talk about.
Right. For sure, but I would love to do more stuff like that, where it's just, I don't know, for lack of a better word, it's like more like getting to know us type things, where it's just us talking about stuff that we like. I thought that would be in space, which is something we've talked about for a long time. I think that but sometimes it's very hard for us to separate what we want to do, and we think, oh, well, nobody's going to really want to see this from us. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you look at the one that just came out. I mean, people watched it for the first day, and then after the first day, it like was dead. Like
Mhm.
it got 30 like 29,000 views like in its first 24 hours, and after that it's had 5,000 views since.
Yeah. I think it certainly depends on the topic too. I mean, some minis I think will be more successful.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that it would just be fun to do stuff when it's like not just about like it opens up, it frees us to do more things that like random things that we want to do when we're not so concerned about that, about like actual numbers.
Doing a Hawkeye and Reese run first. I played Hawkeye when I played through the translation patch of the original version. I was Hawkeye in that, so I want to avoid him for this.
Is that the thief?
He's the thief. Yeah. There was a Square Enix quiz you could take to suggest which character you might want to play as, and I ended up getting Reese for that.
Yeah.
And I did try Reese I downloaded both Switch and PS4 demos.
Yes.
I tried Reese on the Switch demo. I tried the Magician Girl. What's her name? Like Angela and Angelica.
Yeah, like Angela.
I think it's Angela or Angelica. Angela. I think it's Angela. Angela. That's it. Angela. Yeah. I tried her on the PS4, and I thought she seemed like she might be fun, except one of her jump sound effects is like so awful. that alone is like, oh yeah.
I see it, like, what Schmepulations was saying. He said, coming from Secret of Mana, I didn't like Seiken Densetsu 3's battle system that much myself. I'm curious if Trials feels improved. See, that was a big hang-up for me, as I hated that Secret of Mana was all like, it was just fluid. There was no separate battle mode, and in 3 it switches into like a battle mode, and this, it stays to what the original did, but it feels much more. It doesn't feel like it's interrupting the game.
No, there's never like a enter and out of battle mode. In fact, you can swing your weapons in town.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's like pots and things that you can break in town.
Yeah,
like you're never unable to use your weapon.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly how I felt about it. I did not.
I did not mind the battle mode personally. It kind of, in some ways, kind of just made it feel like I kind of, when I played Seiken Densetsu 3, I just kind of had to like put my head into a frame where instead of an action RPG, I was thinking of it more as just like a kind of almost a regular RPG, because it was right. The flow of the battles very much felt like a regular RPG, aside from the fact that you could move around. And I thought that was fun. No co-op in Trials? I don't know, but I would be surprised.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would work.
Oh, we got dude, what does mine say? Donating 59 SEKs, and I know we've trying to think on what they are. But thank you. Did you guys ever play Relentless Twinson's Adventure? Little Big Adventure. Great memories of the game, but I seem to be the only one who played it. What system is that for?
Yeah, I've never played it.
Little Big Adventure. It's not Little Big Planet. Swedish Chrono. That's right. I don't know. Maybe it was a European game. You played it on PC. Okay, no, I have to admit I am not familiar. But what kind of game is it? And also we got $2 from Frank Solis saying thanks for Sunday entertainment with everything going on. Well, no intention to stop. Nothing's stopping us from doing this, right?
At least so far. I mean, unless one of us gets sick.
Yeah, well, I was kind of scared on Monday because before the backloggery stream, my internet was down. And I was like, well, hopefully nothing is going to fall apart in terms of utilities. We also got $1.99 from Rhythm Game God or Rhythm Game God. You guys get Moon Remix RPG Adventure on Switch. Look it up. Is that out now?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was out already. Because I definitely want it.
I want it too. Hopefully there will be a physical copy. Not to say there has to be for me to get it, but I do tend to be a little quicker to pick up physical games than digital. But I do buy digital sometimes. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to do a video on original Xbox. I can't promise when that will be. I wouldn't hang my hopes on it being terribly soon. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't hang my hopes on it being this year. But it's probably like after Dreamcast and Wii, it's probably the next highest priority other than PC Engine. Corey's pre-ordered Streets of Rage 4. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He gives him like the nuts.
Oh, he did like a little.
Yeah.
Oh, they were the Little Big Adventure were isometric adventure games. Very much sounds like a European thing. But it is a genre I experience with, but I'm intrigued by. A little afraid of because the perspective seems weird, but intrigued. Yeah, what was I talking about before then?
You're talking about
Streets of Rage 4. Yeah, I was I actually had the weekend Friday thinking like, oh, what am I going to do? But then I looked closer at the writing on the page, and it said that pre-orders for Streets of Rage 4 are going to stay open until 1 week after the game's digital release.
So I wonder how close the release
to be determined, huh?
Okay, so that still doesn't have a release date yet then.
Right, still doesn't have a release date. So I was kind of like, well, I'm going to wait and see if I can find out in that week, if the Switch version, is just as good as the PS4 version.
Right.
And if so,
you just never know,
I'd like to get the Switch version, but if the PS4 version has some obvious advantage, like maybe the Switch has a clunky frame rate, or maybe the PS4 is actually 4K. I doubt it, but maybe it is. In that case, then I would probably get the PS4. Let me think. Corey, you ordered the PC Engine Mini, and
I did, and I'm waiting for it to ship from Amazon Japan, and it should ship, but it's in a weird place right now because I pre-ordered it at the old house. I changed my address, but I think that it's still, for some reason, even though I can't change it, it's still trying to run the transaction as using my billing address from my old house, and I can't change it. And even though I changed my shipping address, does not seem to be working right. So I might have to cancel my order from it and reorder, but then you can't even reorder it. So I don't even know how to go about fixing that. I could probably, what I'll end up doing it probably is just using a different card for it. If this new one, this most recent try doesn't go through, that's what I'll do.
Oh, yeah. You can probably enter information if you card.
Right, for a whole new card, yes.
Oh, okay. Canadian Fuzzy says Ray Command got response on will be 1080p 60 on both versions.
Okay.
So the Switch version is probably pretty safe on that, but of course that means it only means it targets.
Right.
So I mean, you never know. This is possible. The Switch version could have some trouble holding it in comparison, but I would like to think it won't. But if there's no 4K version, then sounds like PS4 won't have any inherent advantages. It just depends on whether the Switch can handle the frame rate. I haven't played the Switch version of Dragon's Trap.
Oh, you haven't?
Mm-mm. I played it on PS4. I don't think I even have the Switch version of that.
Oh, really?
I've got Monster Boy on Switch. Actually, I haven't played that either. But the only reason I say Dragon's Trap is because the same people did the art. But I believe the programming was done by a different team, so I'm not sure how comparable they are. Hope the Analog Pocket doesn't get delayed. Well,
It probably
they
has.
haven't announced a release date, so who could say in the end whether it was actually... I'm hoping that the placements for the Game Gear Mega SG adapters are not going to have trouble getting here. Because that's another mini that would be funded.
Yeah. Yes. Which, I mean, I think that what you're going to see with the DAC and also with some of these minis coming up is that they truly will be minis. Like, they're not going to be like a lot of
that's
people.
What we're saying.
I know, but a lot of people say, oh, you know, it's so funny you say a mini is 22 minutes long. And, you know, like, it would be nice if some of them were actually, like, mini length.
Oh, Show is saying that most are getting their Game Gear adapters tomorrow, so...
Oh, okay.
That's something to keep an eye out for. Which shipping service did you said you got a notification?
Yeah, from FedEx. So that must be it then.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I get FedEx notifications, so I probably have one coming too then. Looking forward to that.
That's quick though. I mean, that's surprising they got it turned around so quick like that.
Well, they said it was going to be a month. It's been...
That's true, but I mean, it just seems like...
It's been like a month and a half, or... Well, actually, it's only been... Actually, to be honest, when they shipped it, it probably was a month. So in spite of everything that's been going on, they must have not really had any delays.
Yeah.
And two, like, considering, like, those replacements presumably had to be manufactured.
Yeah.
Of course, I believe they're manufacturing Hong Kong.
Right, which is why, I mean, I guess Hong Kong, I don't know if they've had that much of a problem.
I don't, certainly not as severe as mainland China.
Take it. It will give you strength, help you on your journey, if you can withstand.
Yeah, remember when RGB 200 episodes? I don't know if they were ever under...
Like, they were like 14, like 12 to 14 minutes for the longest time.
Yeah. And like, that is like a laughably short... Will we ever do a new How to Beat, or is that a relic of the past? Well,
I can't imagine we do another one.
You never know, I guess.
Yeah,
it's hard to imagine unless it was just some bonus.
It seems to agree with you. I will unlock the remaining Argent cells within the...
It might be difficult to get the same voiceover.
And it wouldn't be. I could make that happen.
37 UAC members deceased. 81% of the facility is on lockdown. Demonic presence through the Mars installation is critical.
a big part of the concept behind those was the right. They were short and easy to make.
Yeah.
Transforming 64% of all UAC employees into the creatures you see roaming throughout the facility. The rest were killed by the demons released from their holding cells by Olivia Cliffs.
We're doing
Our
RGB
live streams essentially how to beat. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that would say that they're on that same par quality.
And I believe you will have to deal with her in time. You may not agree with our research, but know this.
How to beat Mario 3, stay up all night.
Yeah.
Because it was in mankind's best interest to do so. What you now see in this facility is the cost of progress. But none of that matters now.
There is an emergency in the foundry. The regulators have been destroyed and the core destabilizing.
They've overrun the adjacent.
Honestly, the thing I'm worried about with my stomach the most right now is like I drank like 3 huge glasses of milk.
Yep.
There's gotta be a lot of stuff sloshing around in there.
Ugh. I'll definitely. I'm gonna do it. I'll do it sooner rather than later. I feel more confident now.
Yeah, it was. The pain was.
I will
short-lived.
definitely have a harder time than you had, though. I think.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you can start easy, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, it didn't like you were saying. Like I bet you can't even taste that. That wasn't the case at all. Taste it all. The case at all. I was able to taste stuff just fine.
I've not been following the storyline at all in this. Oh, it
Well,
gives you a little catch up there, I guess.
yeah, I mean, I don't think you're really here for the story.
Yeah.
It's hard to pay attention to story when stream.
Oh, for sure. I think that we need to do more streaming, just like on our Twitch, like during the week too.
Yeah,
Like, well,
as long as it
I'll-
doesn't slow us down on what we need to do. That does tend to slow me down.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe it'll be fun. Like I have a bunch of stuff on my. I mean, you should think of it like this. You got a lot of stuff on your now playing on your backlog here that you have not touched in a long time. Like maybe use this opportunity to play through those.
Well, didn't someone at the beginning of the stream when I was hooing and hawing, didn't someone say they would totally watch some weekday Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
That could be arranged. It could even be arranged to where I could have Animal Crossing in that window right now because I'm capturing. I'm sending you my capture card instead of my camera.
I guess the only problem for me is, you know, like the kids will obviously like be in and out while it's happening.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Kinda.
I think for a weekday Twitch stream, that's.
Yeah.
They'll probably honestly be shy about it and not want to be in your way.
Well, I don't think
That's what happened last time.
Well, a little bit. I don't think that they realize that there's like as many people watching it as watching it.
I mean, we didn't do an RGB episode. This is one on the NES. Of course, it's very, very old. But you know, FDS video quality is identical to Famicom. I mean, in terms of RGB, not that much has changed for Famicom, but of course that was before we were including like PVMs in our episodes, so it's very out of date.
Yeah. But I mean, I think just like with everything that's going on, I think the thing that I want to do more is just give people something to do.
Yeah. I definitely could get into some lunchtime streaming.
It doesn't have to be just like lunchtime. It could just be like longer than that if you wanted it to be, depending on like.
Yeah, but when are we going to get stuff done? That's my concern.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a hard enough time building up a groove lately anyway. So I want to maybe well, I still need to set up a few things regarding the DAC, but once I've got my experience in with that a little more, then we can record our mini, and then I think we'll be good to go.
Mm-hmm. What I think what the thing we're gonna do with the DAC, and like, is that all of our B-roll are gonna be off screen for the entire video. I mean, there might be a couple like direct comparisons.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it so that it's worth doing some OSSC capture, because that kind of lets you sort of get a closer lens on how close or better than the analog output from original hardware it might be.
Right. See, I mean, that's exactly how what I want to do. I just want to like let people, give people a distraction, especially when they're like home. And there's a lot of people. I'm sure this is like an incredibly stressful time for a lot of people, and it's like without knowing what's going on, and just like being stuck in the house, I'm sure is difficult enough for some people. But just I'd rather just make stuff to like get people get their mind off of it. Like I'm going to be shooting it's like on Tuesday I'm shooting a magazine read through with Chris from Classic Gaming Quarterly. That's going to be, it was originally just going to be like a Patreon exclusive thing, but now it's just he's going to release it as a normal video, and that's something we want to do a lot more of going forward, because it's just something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy watching his read-throughs of them, and when we did it at Retro World last year, we had a great time. So stuff like that. What's really fun is he's going to be doing this. It's going to be doing I don't know if it's like right for me to like share it, because it's I don't if it's gonna be a surprise or not, but I guess I'm just gonna say it anyways. He's gonna be doing a very like straight read through like of his magazine read throughs of the fanzine that I made with some friends when I was in 6th grade, and he's gonna do a read through of it and like produce like a full read through of it, which I'm very excited about.
And he's going to play it straight.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's going to do it just like a normal thing. I hope that's the right direction I'm supposed to go. Which one? The one from when I was a kid, or the one that we're going to be shooting? Because we have 2 of them planned, and we're doing the first one probably like... I'm guessing on Tuesday is when we're going to shoot it.
This is really good lava. This might be the best lava I've seen before. But it probably still doesn't top that.
That's pretty good.
Resident Evil 4 will forever have the best lava. And you cannot convince me otherwise.
I don't remember what it looks like.
Oh my gosh. It's just like... It's amazing. It's a lot like this, bright and yellow and bloomy.
Yeah.
It's it was a show-stopping moment to play the game.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Just blew me away. It's just one room. Well, there's another room that has lava, but it's mainly one room.
I'm on fire. Okay, so how do I put this out? Hot lava.
There's in Beetle Adventure Racing when your car falls into the lava, it just kind of like your car just like instantly like breaks and falls apart when it hits the lava.
Wait, what does? Oh,
Your car in Beetle Adventure Racing.
okay.
Like when it just like breaks and falls apart and then respawns, but the voiceover goes hot lava. It's such a good game.
Oh,
Do you have it?
I do. Yeah.
Have you played it?
Very briefly.
It is very, very good.
Jeez, they just keep on doling out the things you can upgrade.
You just want to rip and tear. Bagger Schmidt is asking, did you see that video where a guy box glitched out and didn't load textures for this game? It looks beautiful. I didn't see that, but when I installed this on my Xbox One X, I'm trying to think. I might have bought this game before I actually had the Xbox One. I can't remember. But regardless, I was installing it, and it got to the point where it said I could start the game, but obviously it shouldn't have, I guess, for whatever reason. And I was just like, why is the game so dark? Like, it was super dark. And what was happening was certain textures were loaded and certain ones weren't, and what wasn't loaded was just black.
Huh.
And it was really weird. Like, it wasn't this kind of thing where it was like obviously broken, but I was just like, man, I cannot see.
There you go. Sometimes it's tough to find what you're supposed to activate.
Access denied.
And then, like, I quit the game, let it finish installing. Fine. I think that might have actually been before there was a 4K patch yet. You think we'll be buying ray-traced remasters of old PC games like Skyrim, etc.?
I would not. I would be amazed if Skyrim does not get re-released.
Get a ray-traced version?
Yeah.
I mean, it's honestly pretty absurd that Skyrim VR like is not a patch and it's like its own game that you have to buy. It is pretty neat though. It would be interesting to see a ray trace Skyrim, I guess. Although it looks it's so old at this point. Like I'd rather just see nicer looking that has ray tracing. The big thing that I keep hoping is going to get a ray tracing upgrade is Final Fantasy 14. Like I just finished Stormblood like 2 weeks ago. Finally. Like part of me is like, oh, should I move on to Shadow until PS5 and maybe hope for ray tracing? If not, it'll at least run better on PS5.
Hot lava.
Yeah, so I hear Shadowbringers is amazing. So, Stormblood was fine. It was not very surprising. It pretty much unfolded the way you know. There were certain things that had been established early on in the story that, hey, these countries are under Imperial control. Let's go liberate them. And, you know. It happened. Story happened. Stormblood is a boring version of Heaven's Word. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, it was fine. I did not enjoy playing it, but like there's just such interesting things that happen in the Heaven's Word story that's just like, oh my gosh. And there just like wasn't those kinds of moments really in Stormblood.
Oh shoot. I fell in the lava.
Like there were some surprises near the end. But whew, if you think Heaven's Word is a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, Shadowbringers will top it. I mean, it's hard to believe it's better than Heaven, but I have been hearing people say that. And people do like Heaven's Word, so it's not just me. So I don't set my expectations too high. But Heaven's Word is a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 for sure. I mean, I've been saying it's the best Final Fantasy story since 9. It's so good.
Remember how I got that.
Rears the Blood is asking what some Game Boy games that are underrated but not expensive, like Cat Trap. I assume you're saying Cat Trap is not expensive, because I don't think it is. I mean, I got for $5 a few years ago, unless like all of a sudden Cat Trap has become a commodity. Yeah, Cat Trap's a great example. I wish I could say Avenging Spirit was, because that is maybe the best Game Boy hidden gem, but it is very expensive. Well, I mean, it's like $60, so not unobtainable, but expensive. Kirby's Block Ball. I mean, I don't know if I would say any of the Kirby line exactly kind of under the radar, but I've always kind of stayed on top of the Game Boy Kirby games. So Tilt and Tumble is actually surprisingly good. Let me look up my Game Boy list.
Forgot how I got there.
Bionic Commando
Yes,
on the Game
it's a very
Boy.
good version. I mean, it's
I think it might be better than the NES. The music is incredible. Like the NES music is great, but the Game Boy music might be better. Like it's a completely different game. It's very, very good. Bionic Commando Elite Forces, it's okay. But just regular Bionic Commando on Game Boy, fantastic. Is it seriously $40 now?
what, Cat Trap?
No, Bionic Commando.
Oh, is it really?
Wow. I mean, I got that. Gosh,
Yeah,
I
I
couldn't
think
tell
I
you how many
paid
years
10
ago,
bucks
but
for
it
it.
wasn't that many years ago, and I guarantee I got it for $10. Let's see. Castlevania Legends, also expensive, but good. I have a big soft spot for the Game & Watch Gallery games. I mean, those are fairly known, but maybe ignored. I still kind of want to do a video sometime. Gargoyle's Quest is excellent, but I imagine that's kind of starting to go up in price. Yeah, Bagger Schmidt brings up Mole Mania, which, I don't know, that's probably like maybe a $20 game at this point, I would guess. You don't see it very often, but unless it's been going up in price, I don't think it's expensive. I will say I didn't like Mole Mania as much as I thought I would. But it was still good. I mean, it's easily at least cat trap here. Probably better than Cat Trap. But like, you know, solid, I don't know, 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, James Bond 007 on Game Boy, not bad. Probably not expensive. Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters.
Oh yeah.
Also excellent. Also probably not expensive. Let's see. Ninja Gaiden. Well, Ninja Gaiden Shadow is actually a little expensive. I think that's like around $35 to $40. But very, very good. Operation C, also very, very good. Expensive.
That's not expensive. Is it expensive now? Operation C?
I doubt it. I mean, I'm pretty bucks, you know. I did a video on it not long after playing it.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Gaiden, unfortunately, that's pretty expensive, but in my opinion, it's actually very. I really like Resident Evil, but it's kind of expensive. I've got Rockman World 5, which is the Japanese version of Mega Man 5. It's a lot cheaper than Mega Man 5, but still not like cheap. But a lot cheaper. Like, I want to say I spent maybe $30 on it several years ago. It's very good. I've been kind of thinking about streaming these. I recently got the 3 Turtles games. Fall of the Foot Clan, Back from the Sewers, and Radical Rescue, and they seem better than I thought they were. They seem pretty good. The Radical Rescue is more like a $30 or so game. But the other 2 are like $10 games. But I haven't put a lot of time into them yet. So that's about what jumped out at me from my list. There's even more. Operation C got a color version in Europe? No way. Is it Probotector? What's it called? What's going on over there? What happened?
I dropped my trackball, and then the ball like came out of it and rolled like way to the corner of the room.
Oh, that happens to me. Except I've got carpet, so it doesn't roll very much. But
Yeah.
Sandy is always very interested.
Yeah.
Mega Man 5 on Game Boy worth $50? Yes, absolutely. It's very good.
It's really expensive, complete.
Oh, I'm sure. You don't do box only original Game Boy.
No, no. I don't do any of them. I decided to open myself up to getting cartridge
GBA.
only. Yeah. I just had always had the boxes for them, so I was like, I can't stop at this point.
Yeah, I mean that's how it was
really,
for
I
me
can.
too, because like, I was well into my box saving years when GBA was out, so all the games I was the original owner of, I got to buy. I didn't buy a lot of used ones for a while, but the very few that I did, I got complete. So I kind of just continued it for a while. Actually, the last game that I bought that I required getting the box for was what I streamed last week. It was Donkey Kong Country 3. Or actually, let me think about it. It might have been Mega Man Battle Net. Remember, because that one cost me like $50. I was like, do I really want to be spending $50 plus for Game Boy Advance games?
Yeah, I mean, I was the same way. I really want to get just because it's so bad, like it's worth having just because of its history, is the Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis on the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's really terrible. And I was like, do I really want to like have this game complete?
Yeah. I wonder what I'm trying to think.
Because I really want to do that the best way to play, like the original Sonic games.
Yeah. Only Game Boy Advance game I want to buy is F-Zero Climax, but that game is expensive. Is it? That's the third game that's only in Japan? Is it expensive? I always forget it exists. I wish I got it.
Come on, how do I get to this? Where's the blue key card?
Well, you have a waypoint.
I know, but it's like in this room. I need a blue key card to get to it. That's fine. Emulators would probably be featured like lightly.
Wait, say what?
If emulators would be featuring like the best way to play for Sonic.
Yeah, I mean my perspective with emulation on the best way to play is like those episodes are primarily about the version.
Yeah, like the official versions. Yeah, it's just interesting to look at those, but
it's about the version. So like if we're talking about a Super Nintendo version, we're not going to like go into all the different video qualities you can get out of the Super Nintendo, and you can play it on Super NT and the Mister and blah 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 blah. I mean, it might come up if there's an interesting point to make or if it's just an offhand thing, but it's mostly like which is the best version.
Right.
Or what are the differences between the version? And if you want to take that information to decide what version of this game am I going to emulate, then that's fine. But like I think a lot of people miss that. They're like, oh, well, duh, that's way to emulate it. And it's like, well, okay, maybe it is, or maybe it is for you, but you already know how you prefer to emulate. You already know, what emulator you like, which one how you like to set it up better than I could ever know.
Right.
I just want to tell you about what the different versions.
Yeah.
And if you want to emulate, you're like, oh, now I want to play the Game Boy Advance version instead. Okay, that's information. You don't have to play it on a real Game Boy Advance. I hear a lot of mixed things on Doom 3. I do want to play it someday. I feel like when it first came out, it was not that well, but I feel like I generally hear people speak of it well now.
Yeah, I wish I just knew where I was going here. I can't get in there because it's a locked door.
It's a horror game first and foremost. So, I mean, I can certainly get into that. I am okay with that. I would not expect a game released around that time to really play like the original Doom game.
And voiceover said, remember, the blind counsel is always watching.
You don't even know what the blind counsel is, I bet.
No.
I just burped up a little.
How blind could they be if they're always watching now?
Yeah, exactly. I just burped up a little hot sauce there.
Yeah, you have some Tums just in case?
I don't think I did. I'll probably stay up a little late just so I don't lay down too early,
Yeah. Oh, let's see this thing here. Bet this is just gonna be a secret. This is where I came from. This is where I started. Yeah, looks like happens every time.
Microwave is saying, Corey, go back to the lava room, do the jump puzzle, rip the corpse's arm off, and you have a key.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Kinda, I guess. I just gotta find out how to get back there.
Yeah, once you get a bidet, it's the worst part of traveling. Is not having it. I mean, I still use toilet paper, but it's a whole lot less. I would be in trouble right now with my toilet paper situation, but I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah, I was at CVS one day last week, and there was not that I was looking for it, but all of it. It is true what they say. I was really surprised, like how few people were
Yeah, where?
at CVS. Like almost no one was. I expected people to just be there just because I thought some people still had to get something.
Well, I mean, most people still. I mean, people still go. They just have all day to go, so they probably try to spread it out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Colin Barron's donated $5 saying, "I bet you the price of bidets has gone up. I wonder if they're hard to find." But I mean, they're $35. Like the one that I've got, and I think the one a lot of people get is the one that is. You search for it on Amazon, it's $35.
That's the one to get.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there are nicer ones, but it's all you need, really. I mean, it's don't get me wrong, it's not the most wonderful feeling the first time you use it. But once you get used to it, it's like, why did I ever bother? Why did I put this off for so? It's life changing.
I assume the corpse is down here somewhere. Oh, I see. I bet you the corpse is down here.
Is Retro Morgan saying that he got 2 bidets as Christmas presents because of me? I don't remember talking about it before Christmas, but maybe I did. I was talking to Dave about it at Retro World. Maybe you somehow heard it at Retro World. Speaking of Dave, I'm wearing my Fama Corner shirt. Duke and Dave both came to my Animal Crossing town last night.
Yeah, I saw the video that Duke posted. You guys were just hitting each other with nets.
Oh, I didn't see that he posted that.
I got a kick out of it because, I mean, I thought it, like I saw, I was like, oh, like, I guess. I mean, that like is not something that like seems all that like noteworthy or anything. And Joe Redifer responded to that tweet saying I can't get enough of it. I can't put it down. I have a feeling
or that video clip?
What?
The game or the video clip?
I think it was because of the video clip, but I think that it was a joke.
Oh.
I think it was making fun of that, like, there's really nothing exciting or funny happening in that
I mean,
clip.
hey, I get it. I get the people who are like, they just look at Animal Crossing and they're like,
corpse. How do I get in there?
Understand
what How do I get in there?
The draw is. I get it. I get it. Like, I mean, like I said before, like I am definitely not one of the bigger Animal Crossing fans. I've always played them, but you know, I don't necessarily feel that like, oh my gosh, feeling toward it that a lot of other people do.
Yeah, I mean, I just
like this one though. I don't know. It just feels like it's grabbing me. Like someone said before, the Nook Miles is like crack. So
I see the corpse, but I don't know how to get to the corpse. I don't know how to get in that room.
Is that blinking light anything? Anyone in the chat with a suggestion of how he gets in there? Oh, I missed a donation.
Oh.
We got $2 from Hey You.
Oh. Hey, you.
Saying, what is your favorite sandwich, sexy lips? Not sure who that's. But you made Coury laugh. Maybe Hey You wants to be that sandwich.
Hey, you.
Favorite sandwich. I mean, I guess it kind of gets into territory of like what counts as a sandwich.
Come on. Well, you know what a sandwich is. It's meat and vegetables in between two pieces of bread.
Well, I mean, so is a hamburger a sandwich?
Yeah. I mean, technically it is, yeah.
I mean, if we're making that our definition, probably a hamburger or
yeah, but what about like traditionally
really
thinking?
good cheeseburger? But if we aren't counting burgers,
Demonic threat reduced by 20.
I mean, I do like like a good fried chicken.
Fried chicken. I mean, what about like in a traditional sense? I mean, I really like call me I'm a simple man. I like I just like a salami sandwich. I love salami.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. A good Italian sub,
Yeah.
I don't get Italian subs too often. Usually, if I go get a sub, I'll get like a chicken breast or sometimes like a club sandwich. Like I really like turkey and ham and bacon.
Yeah.
For a sub.
Would anybody be okay if I switched over to PSO2 for a few minutes?
Oh, sure. Go for it.
I can't find out where I'm supposed to go, and I'll come back to it another day.
Go for it. I mean, yeah, if we're just talking like traditional sliced bread, I like me just a good peanut butter sandwich.
Peanut butter? What about you like jelly on that? Peanut butter and jelly?
Some days I do. Some days I'd rather. Some days I want peanut butter and banana.
Yeah. My kids made homemade peanut butter the other day.
Really? That sounds difficult.
It was great.
Well, like when it comes to like lunch meats, like I'm not like a huge lunch meat fan, but like what I like the best is like turkey and ham. Like, I mean, turkey and ham together. Like, just ham is okay. And I do like just turkey. Just ham is sometimes a little weird to me, but turkey and ham.
A donation.
Oh, we got $2 from Scott F.
Oh.
Saying Carolina burger is the best sandwich, full stop. Well, I feel like as a North Carolinian, I feel like I should be more enlightened to what this is, but I'm not. I really, really like the hamburgers at Highway 55, which is a North Carolina burger joint. Kind of a 50s style aesthetic going on. The seasoning they put in their beef is just it's good.
I don't know what these campaign items I just got are.
Carolina burger equal chili plus mustard plus coleslaw plus burger. Amazing. Oh, so like where do you get a good one of that? Because I had a I had a what Wendy's called the Carolina burger once several years ago, and I was not impressed. Like, where's a good one? Or maybe I've come across them and just not really paid much attention because I didn't like the one from Wendy's chili is hot garbage. It would ruin anything.
Which question?
To be honest, I don't think I've ever ordered just a cup of chili at Wendy's. So I can't remember. That's why I see all the old people at Wendy's order. They're always ordering chili.
Which quest are you up for?
I just unlocked very hard yesterday.
Wendy's breakfast is actually good. You know, I have had Wendy's, like it used to be available at limited locations. But I forgot to try Wendy's. I wanted to try Wendy's, but I forgot to actually do it when they started doing that again. I guess every Wendy's.
Guess I'll join these people. Is anybody in the chat on ship 02 in this?
Come back anytime.
Yeah, you like my cat ears?
Oh, was that Joshua Helmicke's donation you were responding to?
Yes. Thank you. $2. That's right.
I tried to make my character in PSO2 look like a samurai dude. I really like how all of like the accessories you put on your character, like even your weapons, like you can like fine tune like their size and shape and like how they affix to your body. It's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah. I changed my glasses.
Hey, you. That's another $2.
Oh man.
Hey, what about your favorite suit, Sauce Lips?
I can answer this pretty definitively.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a simple man, and I like my tomato soup, especially with grilled cheese sandwiches, which is something I think that you and I talked about, because until you came here, you never knew that grilled cheese and tomato soup combination was even a thing.
No. I mean, I've never really had a lot of tomato soup before, so maybe that's why. I did ask my parents. I said when I went over, my mom made, for some reason, like when I go to my parents' house, like, sometimes I really want a grilled cheese. Like I don't eat grilled cheese often, but like something about being at my parents' house makes me
I've been expecting you.
cheese. I also said like Coury was really shocked. Like, is that? I guess so. She wasn't as shocked as you were that I hadn't heard of it.
Yeah.
Is my favorite soup? I would say potato soup. I really like. My mom makes really good potato soup. But
I do like some New England clam chowder as well.
something I've been really into in recent years. There's not that many places you can get it, but like, do we consider gumbo soup?
I don't know.
I've been really getting into gumbo. Like, you can, like, there's like a can of like Campbell's gumbo soup, but it's like, that's a
Oh.
soup. But then there's also like
Persian
gumbo
Yank,
that I've had like
broccoli,
out at
broccoli
restaurants is like thick. It's like, it's not like very liquidy at all. Like it's very thick. But it is good, and there's not that many places that I've come across that really have it, but it's good.
David Samoza Domench. I have a feeling that it's just there's gonna be no like delay between being beta and not beta. I think it's just gonna go right into it. I mean, I'm already getting achievements in this, so I feel like it's.
Yeah, I don't think it's like you're not like playing the real game now. I mean, don't forget the game has been out in Japan for like 8 years.
Yeah.
Oh, this place looks cool.
Yeah, this is the Tundra.
Oh, we got $2 from Scott F saying thickness and gumbo comes from the okra. Pro tip. How many ways
what
can
is a
I cook
stamina
shrimp?
cookie?
I can cook shrimp by putting frozen popcorn shrimp in the oven. I thought about buying some popcorn shrimp before all this mess, but I just ended up buying more chicken instead. You know,
At least you got
shrimp-
chicken.
Huh?
At least you got chicken.
I got chicken. I love my chicken. But I'm not much of a chef, so but I shrimp is like
Jesus,
one of
come on,
those
all right.
foods, like you know, the most foods that people fry. It's hard to say no to fried, even though sometimes you should. But shrimp is one where I almost always prefer grilled. I like fried shrimp. Don't get me wrong. I like it, but I think I slightly prefer grilled. This ice area is giving me flashbacks to way back in college. One of my message board buddies invited me and some of the others to a free weekend in Guild Wars 1. I think it was the first expansion for the original Guild Wars. Like, it was the first expansion was in beta, and there was like a free preview weekend. And like one of the areas that we could explore was this icy area, and I just like the shininess on the ice was like the most eye-poppingly amazing thing I'd ever seen. Like that's all I think about when I think of Guild Wars. Shrimp gumbo. To be honest, I've probably never had shrimp gumbo, but I bet it's amazing.
I'm getting an unidentified reading. Stay alert.
I don't really know where I can get like legit gumbo around here. Like the gumbo I've had around here that I've liked is kind of this I mean, it's a chain. It's a barbecue place called City Barbecue, which they don't always have it, but most of the times I've been there, I don't know the season because it's usually there, but there have been times it hasn't been there. But it's pretty good. But I've had it like, I remember having had some gumbo at a little local barbecue place in I think it was Utah. It was near Arches National Park. Barbecue joint in the town near there. Moab, Utah.
Mob.
Had some gumbo there.
I love that this game has daily missions. It almost feels like a free to play. I mean, obviously it's a free to play game, but you know, I can just log in and do the daily missions and log out.
Mm-hmm. But you haven't even attempted the story yet.
Yeah, I haven't done anything with the.
Oh wow, you're level 45. You were level 30 when I was playing with you. Like,
I know. I mean,
a week ago.
Well, there's these instances that. Oh, there we go. There's instances that allow you to like really rack up the XP, which is. They've happened a couple times, like over the weekend that I've done, and then I unlocked very hard, and so I was getting like thousands of experience per kill for a while.
I was telling you the other day that. Screens between the loading, like they have that like cheap looking like banner on it that's advertising some feature in the game. Like Final Fantasy 11 and 14 both have those exact same style on the login screen, and they just like they remind me so much of like the graphics I would have made in like, you know, like 2002, 2005 to like put at the top of like a fan page, like a fan website that I used to go around with that stuff back then. Like they just have that vibe to them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I can understand.
I just think it's funny that it like the style, the way they arrange the character, the text, like it looks exactly like the same ones they do in Final Fantasy 11 and 14. On the Final Fantasy 14 login screen, these like several slides, sort of like that. They'll scroll by. They'll be like some sort of like free login campaign, seasonal event, or whatever. I can't believe I haven't had to go to the bathroom to get rid of all that milk I drank.
But you were saying about this, like, you were amazed that this is a free-to-play game.
Well, but I don't think that's it's not in Japan though. I think it's there's no subscription, but I do think you have to buy them. Right?
I have no idea.
I mean, my impression is it wasn't necessarily designed free to play in mind. Like, it's just, it plays so much more. I mean, there's like actually kind of a number of, there's a number of free MMOs that you can download on the Xbox and PS4 and Switch too. I've just spotted them like while browsing the store. And I've downloaded a few of them just like on a lark, just like I wonder what this is like. Like not that I had any expectation of like necessarily being kind of taken with it, especially when I've got Final Fantasy 14 to play. But like I've just downloaded them, like I would like, and like they're very obviously like pretty low quality. Oof. Dustin Kramer, $2 donation. Biggest trade-in regret, Valkyrie profile for me. Whew. I mean, I think Corey's is pretty obvious, but it is a wrong that you have righted, but paid dearly for.
I mean, it wasn't trading. I was just selling my copy of Snatcher.
Well, it's kind of a trade-in.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, I think he just means like game that you got rid of.
I've been expecting
What would it be for me? Maybe Lufia 2. I did rebuy that, but I paid like $80 for it.
I don't understand what send an auxiliary on a search.
But I sold it for like 40. One small regret is is this your personal room? You don't have much stuff in here.
No.
My cousin gave me her NES and all of her games.
I just got a table and a race car in here. Actually, I have another. This is my quarters B. You go to quarter A. I have like a bed in here. That's it.
Oh, you have 2 rooms.
Yeah. I also don't have anything in it. Where'd my bed go?
But what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh, we're talking about something I got rid of.
I don't know. I haven't got on much of this much.
Oh yeah, my cousin's NES. Like I most of the games that were like, she gave me like her NES and like 30 games, and most of the ones that we had, I swapped out her copy for the copies that I had bought used at Funkoland or on eBay, because hers were mostly in better condition than those. But like there were a bunch of other games that I should have, but I sold them. So
I don't understand this auxiliary.
Oh, we got another $2 from Hey You, but with a very different comment saying, "Got my NES in '89. What was your big Christmas ever?"
My Genesis and also like my Sega CD, I'd say. Sega CD, I was.
You know, I'm not positive what year I got my NES. It was either '89 or probably '89. But I'm honestly not sure. Well, it had to have been, because Mario 3 came out in '90, right? In the US.
What is get your auxiliary?
So it had to have been. It had to have been '80. We were kind of just talking the other day though. Like my Super Nintendo Christmas was pretty big, because I got the Super Nintendo with Mario All Stars and World. The version that it shipped with them in the box with 2 separate cartridges. Not the Mario All Stars Plus World, but both games. And I also got Donkey Kong Country, and I got Mario Kart from my aunt and uncle. So that was a pretty good day one for the Super Nintendo and Christmas '94 for me. That was pretty good.
I have no idea what the whole... I can't choose any auxiliaries. I don't even know what they are. Can't send them on a quest.
One of my favorites, though, I think I brought this up last week. I think this was probably around I would say 99 or 2000. Instead of like asking for a new game for Christmas, I was like, I could get more old games. Like my parents would probably just buy one new game, but I could get several old games from Funko Land. So I asked for Final Fantasy 4. Like obviously I called it Final Fantasy 2 at the time. I asked for Donkey Kong Country 3. Bionic Commando, I didn't get that. I got Commando. But oh well. Star Tropics. Mega Man 3. And probably something else. That was fun. I felt ahead of the retro curve for old games for Christmas in 99 2000. Ricky, this is Phantasy Star Online 2. Corey played Doom for a while, and then he was kind of like stuck, so he felt like switching over to Phantasy Star Online 2.
Yeah, just to finish up the evening.
Ooh, Dustin Kramer's got a tricky one here. With $2, fan favorite games you don't get the love for. Well. There are a ton of people. Donkey Kong Returns and especially Tropical Freeze, called the masterpiece. Masterpiece. That there were so many comments for me being, civil but somewhat dismissive about the newer Donkey Kong Country games. In the end of the year video. And there were like probably at least 3 comments on that word masterpiece. They are well, at least Tropical Freeze is like aesthetically a well-constructed game, but the mechanics are not what I prefer. I can play Tropical Freeze and enjoy it well enough.
Which quest are you up for?
But the mechanics are not what I'm. It's just not what I'm. The mechanics just are not.
I'll do this one.
Anything
run to the bathroom
else?
Really quick.
Huh?
I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick.
Okay. Let me think. Some fan favorites. I mean, there are a lot of games that. I'm trying to think of an example. I feel like I have a situation. Like I'm kind of. I come across as maybe not liking a game because I like it as much as a lot of other people do. Like, for example, Super Mario World. I feel like I'm always talking about how sprite work in that game is kind of weird. There's a lot about it I don't like as much as 3. I feel like most people like Mario World at least better than Mario 1. And I like Mario 1 better. But don't get me wrong. I think it's a fantastic game. It's an amazing game. But I just don't hold it in as high of regard. Same thing with like Final Fantasy X. Like that is a really Final Fantasy. And it's pretty low for me. Probably like third or so from the bottom for me. But that doesn't mean I don't think it's good. I like it, but just in the grand scheme of Final Fantasy, it's pretty low. Would I consider Impossible Lair a masterpiece? No, I wouldn't consider it a masterpiece, but it is very good. I'm sure I could think of something else. That people love that I just don't get. But I feel like more often for me, I guess like I have a very neutral personality by nature, like how I a lot of like I feel like games that people have like really passionate feelings about, like this is garbage, this is amazing. I look at it, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Like a lot of times when it's like this is a game that you either love it or you hate it. I feel like if people call it a love it or hate it game, that's like a surefire recipe for me to just think, it's fine.
You don't really care either way. You don't love it or hate it.
Yeah, that like does that ever happen to you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like that happens to me a lot. Like whenever someone like a game that people love, maybe I'll love it too. A game that people hate, maybe I'll hate it too, or maybe I'll think it's okay, or maybe it'll be one of those rare hidden gems for me. But like I feel like when like it's just a game that seems to be defined by how much people love it or hate it. Like I tend to neither love it or Attack of the Pixel says, for me, the game I love that nobody cares about is Dino Ricky on NES. I think it's a masterpiece, but no one really cares about it. It drives me crazy. Oh, I've never played it. Maybe I would think it's a masterpiece. Is it an expensive game?
Dino Ricky, huh?
Dino Ricky.
I know the name. I can't tell you what it looks like though.
So I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up on eBay first. Dino Ricky NES. It's pretty cheap, it seems. Now I'm gonna look up some screenshots. Dino Ricky NES. Okay. Looks like kind of looks like Commando and or Legend of the Valkyrie, maybe? FF7 remake demo versus RE3 remake demo. Which was the best?
Oh,
which was the most
I played
fun?
the RE3. Did you play the RE3 demo?
I have not.
I think it's hilarious that I played it yesterday. It's pretty cool. But I love the fact that there's the store, like it's you're kind of run around the city a bunch. And there's like a big toy store. It's called, the name of the toy store is called Toy Uncle.
Toy Uncle. You've got an uncle that works in the toy company.
Yeah.
Toy Uncle. That's great.
How many times?
Yeah, I think I actually looked for the demo when I downloaded the Trials of Mana demo, because I thought I thought it was all the RE3 demo was already out, but I didn't see it. so I didn't download it. I don't know if I'll play it at this point. I mean, obviously I'm going to play the game, but I don't know if I'm going to play it at this point. I don't feel like I need to. I know what to expect from the game, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, because RE2 was obviously so good.
Yeah, I still have to finish the B route in RE2.
Do either of us have any experience with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? I don't. The only Mystery Dungeon played is Chocobo Mystery Dungeon on the Wii. Which, that one kind of has an HD remake current gen platforms. And I really liked it. I really like Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. I'm normally not a fan of like randomly generated, but it works in some cases. Like I think it's okay in like Persona 3 and 4. Although it is awfully nice that Persona 5 has the designed dungeons. But it worked. It worked in Chocobo's dungeon for me. I would be interested in playing other Mystery Dungeon style games, but I feel like thematically the Final Fantasy theme was the most interesting to me. I mean, I like Pokemon, but I'm not like obsessed with Pokemon, so like I feel a stronger affinity toward Final Fantasy. So I guess that's why the Chocobo. Like I almost feel like I would be happier replaying Chocobo Mystery Dungeon than playing another one. I don't know.
I can appreciate that.
I'm not
It's the feeling of wanting to do that.
Yeah, like that's like the probably as hardcore as I'm interested. Like style gameplay, like the genre is not interesting enough to me for its core concepts. It's just like, okay, I'll play the Final Fantasy. I like Final Fantasy. Like that's enough. Like all the hardcore roguelike stuff, like just not interested. I've only got friends who are pretty into it. I played the first Etrian Odyssey, and I got through the first strata. And I just, at that point, I was kind of like, I felt like I'd seen it. Like, I didn't hate it, but I also didn't feel like patient to get it go any further. I've always kind of wanted to try the series again, but never have. I've played like a demo of one of the others. I kind of want to play Cadence of Hyrule, but like rhythm games are not for me.
Is it just an expansion to?
I think it's a standalone game.
Oh.
I mean, if it got a physical copy, I would definitely buy it and therefore play it. But I feel I think there might be an easy mode. Don't really have to do the rhythm just so. That might be, you talking earlier about, games and like rhythm games as a genre would that for me.
I can understand that, but I mean, still, I had a lot of fun with the Rock Band games for sure, but I don't miss them. I don't miss how long they would take to just how much space they take up, and it just takes some time to get them set up and stuff like
I played Rock Band 1.
Yeah.
Not even Patapon? I can't remember if I played Patapon. If I played like isn't there a demo? I can't remember if I tried it. Yeah, I just, people like are just like, oh good, about rhythm games, and I'm to be clear, I'm not musically inclined at all. Like I don't have any musical aptitude. So I just like don't feel connected with the music. The closest thing, and I've talked about this, like Tetris Effect was like kind of the first time that I felt like something that is considered a music game, like really let me feel connected to the music. But the difference with that is you are just playing Tetris and it creates sounds. You don't have to do anything to a rhythm to make the cool sounds and the cool sights. But that, I felt like that was, it helped me feel what I think other people feel when they do feel that connection to the music. We got $5 from Joshua Helmke, asking, any thoughts on doing a Ni no Kuni JRPG? What are some of your thoughts on Ni no Kuni in particular? We would love to just talk about some RPGs, because I mean, it's something we probably don't cover a lot on the channel just because they're so time consuming. But we're both pretty big RPG fans.
Yeah.
Ni no Kuni though, that is a game that maybe I should have brought up on the games people love.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean,
and for both, you finished it. I like played it for probably like between 20 and 30 hours, and I'm sorry to say to Joshua Helmke, who I imagine loves I could not go on.
Yeah, I hated the battle system so much. I hated it so much, but I loved how it looked and I loved the world.
Yes.
So I just put it on easy and just like blasted through it.
And I probably should have done that. Today, if I was in that situation where I'd like that much time into, like back then, I think I was just too hard-nosed about staying on normal difficulty. Nowadays, I loved the way the game looked. I loved the charm of it. The music was incredible. But the battle system was like, holy crap. I have never seen an RPG battle system that I hate. Like, I am sorry. I wish I could have enjoyed that battle system. But I hated it.
Yeah, I did not like it at all either.
It was just no fun to me. It felt like something that should have been totally turn-based, but there was this sort of real-time element to it that just, to me, felt completely out of place in that particular battle system. I did not enjoy it. I hate to say. We got $2 from Hey You, saying thanks for the streams and hard times, cheese nips.
Well, you're very welcome.
I have 2 boxes of cheese nips in the pantry. I love cheese nips.
Oh yeah, love them cheese nips.
But to be fair, regarding
but I've heard that Ni no Kuni 2 is a lot better in the battle.
I think it's very different. I should give it the only thing that kind of gives me pause, I guess, is I don't love level 5 that much. Like, the only times that I've really loved level 5 was like the Dragon Quest games.
Well, you
But,
definitely
like,
you need to play Dark Cloud 2. I think that you would really like Dark Cloud 2.
well, you know, don't forget that I did play, you know, a couple of hours of it back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just didn't really get into it, but I think I was stubborn at the time, I think, about, you know.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the randomized dungeon. Like, my logic at the time was like, okay, the dungeon design is bad. It's not
Well,
that
they're just
interesting.
randomly generated. That's why.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's not that the dungeons weren't that interesting. And I was like, well, I could tolerate uninteresting dungeon layout if the battle system was good. But I thought the battle system was just kind of basic. But I might be kind of into that, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm you know, I did buy it a few. That game was like $40 or so a while ago, but then it like kind of went down in price. Got it for like $20 or maybe less than 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe because it got a PSN release.
Dark Cloud 1, silky smooth 60 frames per second. Really? I guess that's not surprising for such an early game. You know, based on what John told us about the early dev kit, they were basically forced to make 60 FPS when they started making a game on a really early. Dark Cloud 1 is not a game I hear people talk about. It's always Dark Cloud 2. But like level 5, like I love like the aesthetic of all of their games. Like, it's fantastic. But like the gameplay just rarely really comes to. I mean, the only time it really did was I liked Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney. The only other Professor Layton I played was the first one, which, you know, again, aesthetics, amazing. Gameplay, the first one, like, the thing that kind of bugged me about the first Layton was it basically felt like all of those puzzles could have just been in a book. Which, I mean, I know that it was kind of inspired by, like, a brain teaser book series. But like none of them felt like they took advantage, or very few of them felt like they took advantage of the fact that it was on a video game. You could do things, like you could manipulate. A lot of them were just kind of like almost just written out, or a diagram, and you figure it out and enter the answer. But I think the series evolved, and I just haven't played any of the others except for the Ace Attorney one, which I really liked. Yeah, I wish I could say that the gameplay came together from, but it just doesn't quite do it for me. But I'm going to give Dark Cloud 2 a chance again. I mean, it was probably, let me say, around 2005 or 6 when I played Dark Cloud 2 originally. I did not play very far in it.
I'm just gonna beat this level and then I'll...
Dark Cloud was made by former Quintet members, possibly.
The first
That's
one, or just the first one? I'd heard that.
Oh, no.
I'd heard that before. I guess it would match thematically too.
Yeah.
Emergency.
Ooh. Colin Barnes donated $5 saying just bought Kirby Superstar on eBay. Me equals saving the economy.
Oh, me being drunk. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you just gotta do.
Well, you
gotta
know,
do what you gotta do.
I think buying Kirby Superstar on eBay is a decision that you will not regret once sober. That is one of my favorite Super.
So you think that they're gonna cut off, like, they're gonna enforce like a strict stay home policy for North Carolina soon?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have no reason to necessarily think so. Other, it's happening elsewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I think North Carolina instated the no dine-in restaurants for a lot of other states. But you know, from what I can tell, with a lot of the, I think maybe there have been some stricter in some areas, but it sounds like a lot of them, like, you know, you can still like go outside and like walk or whatever. And also, like apparently a lot of them that, you know, they like lockdown still like go pick up carry out.
Right. I mean, you can go and.
So it's like
For
it's not
yeah.
really that extreme. But regardless, I'm trying to stay at home, so I've had very little cause to my house, and I'm doing fine.
Emergency!
Fracture in one fell swoop! I shall slay you!
But yeah, I mean, they enforced it, activated for Ohio. And although I'm not technically in Ohio, I mean, I'm close enough that I wonder if they'd be enforcing it here.
Probably not. They're not in Ohio.
I know, but I wonder if it's close.
Well, as long as you don't cross the river.
I don't understand why this thing is like speaking.
That weird looking dragon?
Yeah, he's like, I shall slay you. He's like speaking in English.
I wasn't super impressed with the voiceovers from the limited voiceover.
Well, I mean, they're. Yeah.
It's understandable, though. I mean, you know, they couldn't have had like a gigantic. There was actually one point in like the tutorial mission where like that like experienced hunter that comes in and like saves you.
Yeah.
And then there was like, you like go back to the ship and there's like that woman on the ship that I guess is like he works with.
Uh-huh.
And there was one point where he said a line that I swear sounded like it should have been for her. Because it sounded like he was reacting to something he just said. So I kind of wonder if they goofed.
Oh, I got red tails on there. I'll go and check out my rare pickups and then I'll probably finish it up. I'm getting tired.
Oh, geez, I didn't realize it was
almost 1?
12:30.
Or is it 12:30? It's 12:30.
Yeah, not quite 12:30. Getting there.
What's the red tails that I just picked up? Maybe I can't. What's this? I don't know. I guess it is a. Oh, okay. I thought it was armor, but it was not. Wait, scroll. What did Attack of the Pixel say? Something about.
Huh?
Will you scroll up and see
Oh,
what?
Attack of the Pixel said, I live near Bristol,
What do you require?
Virginia/Tennessee.
Okay.
So in the same neck of the woods you are, Corey. You guys in LGR might to eat that LA. I mean, I've said before, like, I do not understand the draw to moving to LA. I mean, I understand you could collaborate with more people and stuff, but like,
Take care now.
you know,
What do you need?
no offense to LA, but you know, I'm not a city guy. You know, I don't want to live in a big city. Some people do, but I sure don't. So, you know, this is a job you can do from anywhere, and we certainly have collaborated when we want to. Yeah, but you know, it actually would have been this past weekend, the SoCal Gaming Expo. I think it would have been this weekend.
Yeah, I think.
We were going to go. You know, hopefully whenever they reschedule it, we'll be able to. But yeah, obviously wouldn't be great to be there right now, but
Oh, geez, did I just lose? I lost all my stuff on that?
oh, trying to like add augments to your weapon?
Yeah.
Do you lose it, or you don't have a chance? You don't get to buy it?
Yeah, I lost it.
Do you lose the weapon you were trying to augment?
Yeah.
Really? So like, if you can lose your like best weapon?
Succeeded.
I thought that the percentage chance was just for.
I can add things. I can use things to increase the chances of it working.
Right. Well, I did like 2 or 3, and all of mine succeeded.
Yeah. Oh well.
Come back soon.
You know, what are you gonna do? I think I'm gonna
There you go, people. Doom 2016.
If anybody has a Xbox One, you should download this. It's free.
Yep. And everything in beta goes over to release, whatever that is.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's just gonna continue on into it.
Right. I mean, it practically counts.
Yeah. But
as it is, in my opinion.
Attack of the Pixels, yeah, it was years ago when I first moved to New York. I had a friend whose friend was having a party, and it was at that apartment. Kind of crazy.
Oh,
The apartment from Big. It's in Soho, in New York. But if anybody downloads this, I'm on ship number 2, ship 02. I've logged in many times. My 25 hours I have so far.
oh, wow. That includes the closed beta, right?
Yes. Anyways, well, I think that's gonna do it for this week. Maybe we'll be doing some random live streams over on the Twitch. Shooting the analog DAC mini this week as well, and I'm just gonna do what we can to keep people entertained, but at the same time, like I mean, doing everything that we can. But as I said before, I have we have both kids home. It's just like it's kind of chaotic, but I'm gonna try to do as much as I can. Try and get back to doing video logs and just get as much content to keep people occupied during these. Who knows how long this is gonna last? I mean, people are thinking, oh, it's only gonna last until April, but it's like, no, it's probably gonna be lasting until like May or June at this rate. So you never know.
I mean, the restrictions will be lifted.
Right. Well, you have no idea. I mean, I've seen people say it could last as long as 18 months.
I don't think it's going to be quite like that.
Well, you never know. I mean, numbers are skyrocketing, especially here in the U.S., and we're like ahead of Italy. Is like kind of the for the longest time was like kind of the worst case scenario, and we're like twice like ahead of where Italy was at this point in time. So I mean, things could get really crazy. So everybody, stay healthy and stay safe.
Yeah.
And
thanks again to Sean Quinn for sponsoring the opening to this stream.
yeah, it's I'll have a go at it in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure.
It was not that bad.
Yeah. It'll have to be a week that I'm not playing. So it'll either be next week or the week after, or 2 weeks after that.
It was fun. It was fun. It was not like oh gosh, I regret this. It was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, well, I won't be able to handle it quite as well as you did, but at the very least, it'll be entertaining. But thanks to everybody who donated, all the generous donations this week, and everybody, just wash your hands, do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
To stay safe in these crazy times, and we'll see you very soon. Good night, everybody.
Good night.